I I mean I can hear you through Discord, but on YouTube no. Oh, I think I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Yeah. But just said hi. Hi. Yeah, it's been so long since we've done this. But we can't hear you. And we yes, I mean like yeah. All right. Yeah, give us a minute. Anna is fixing OBS stuff. Yeah, I don't think they can hear you talking to me. They can just hear me talking, I think. So I think there are 4 people watching us.
Hold on.
Hi
Hold on.
guys.
Who?
It's been so long since we talked.
Okay. Tell me when they're hearing both of us. This is what we need. We need that right now. Okay.
Not yet, I think.
How about now? You can't hear me yet. Okay. Okay. Can they hear you? Can people hear you or just me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can people hear me? I see. Okay. We need to know who's being heard. Both of us, or just me, or you? Just you.
For me, I can hear you, but I cannot hear myself anymore. But you are really quiet though. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Yeah, that's I think because I can't hear you. Like yeah, for me too. I mean, I can hear myself now, but I cannot hear you anymore. Right.
How about this? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, it's still really faint. Really, like I can.
Okay, well, how about now? Yes, but there's an echo. Tell me when the
Yeah.
echo goes away. Can you believe we can't hear nice anymore? Oh, for the love of God.
Now I can hear you, but there's an echo. Even more echo now.
Okay, how about, is there still an echo? All right, this is probably the place I need to maybe adjust that, and then I can adjust this here.
Right. Give us a moment, guys. Like that's yeah, that's
Okay,
just a problem with the
how's
window
that
update.
now? Is that better? We don't want you to hear the echo. That's just
You are still
hysterical.
echoing.
I'm still echoing. Okay.
I now we can't hear you. I can hear myself, but now I cannot hear you anymore. Right. I don't think I think what they have on YouTube, and I don't think they can hear you. I think they can hear me, but I don't think they hear you. 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 I don't think now there's an echo. 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 No, not yet. I don't think so. I don't think so. Right now on YouTube, I can YouTube, I can YouTube, I can yeah.
That if we have these, that we might be able to hear you and not have an echo. Okay, how about this? How about this, guys? How's this? God, we're gonna have to work on the sound stuff. Okay. If we've got that resolved, let's get to what's not a prediction, but looking through the past, which shows you how to do a prediction.
No, I don't think they can. I don't think they can hear you. It's still. I mean, I can hear you really faintly, and then there's an echo for you as well.
This is what I believe. This is what I believe. This is what I think. The okay, let's see if that okay, let's see if that let's see if that one did. Okay, guys. How's this? Can you guys hear me? Nice. Are you there? Okay, can you guys hear nice? Okay, and what about nice? Can you guys hear nice? Nice, you have to speak. Yeah, okay, so we're going to run through this. Damn it. Hmm. All right. So to tell you where we've been is just a really long story, and I think we're going to hold that off until we get the sound working better. But we've we've been busy. Okay. So let me just turn up the volume on me since we're just going to worry about me right now. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Is there an echo? All right. So we'll adjust the sound later on. And by the way, I'm hearing an echo in my ear, which makes it just so awful to do this, but what the hell? It's a Mercury retrograde. It's God knows how many other retrogrades. Screw it. So, we're not going to tell you where we've been until we can fix the sound issues because we really want to talk to you together. Plus, it gives us an opportunity to talk to each other, which is not something we've had a lot of in the last year. Nice has moved back home. My son almost died this year. A couple of relatives died. A dear friend of mine died. I'm still in the death throes. Um, there's been a lot going on. But while this has been going on, we've stayed with the work, just not doing it publicly. And I just want to remind you that a couple of years ago, when we talked about doing an app and offering it, my son was very sick. And I kept saying that I knew through my chart that if I stayed and focused on the work, the answer for my son would come to me. And it did. And it came from a person because of Uranian astrology who's been a huge help in finding us archive, war archive, and deciphering the German and helping us with the astrology. And we can't say enough about Katya. I've reached out to some of you and shared some of the work that she shared with me that's health related. And um, we're going to leave that for another show when Katya is willing to come on and talk about this and how it relates to the Uranian astrology and what it is in her chart. Okay, so we'll table that. But as always, whenever we're doing the work, we we want to share not just the work, but the experience and the journey and what this is offering to us and what we want to share with everyone. And we always give grace to the great creator. And for lack of a better word, we don't know whether it's Allah or whatever, because there are many languages in the world and many words. But for lack of the perfect word, we use the word God. It can be Buddha, it can be Allah, it can be Krishna, Vishnu. We don't care. Obviously, there are some great creators. So I'd like you all to take a breath. Nice, deep, cleansing breath. And a nice, deep breath of unification with each other. And a nice, deep breath of unification with God. Dear God, we gather here together at a dark time in a dark world. It is apparent that history is repeating itself. We seek to heal and help by assembling and sharing good, clear Uranian astrology. We invite everyone to collectively illuminate themselves in the world and to enter here, that we would all shine brightly together. We seek, share, and spread only the highest Uranian astrology methods. We lovingly invite the spirit of truth, wisdom, and clarity to abide here and in all of us. May the light and love in our work spread and grow throughout the world, and so it is, and we thank you. Amen. So, some things have changed. If you've been on the app, you know that some things have changed. And you should know that while we were gone, we missed you. But we're back. And in answer to Raji's question, I'm going to get to a prediction, which is going to be the election. And we'll go through that all together in a few weeks. But for right now, let's go back to where it all began, because I think that's important. And I want to talk for a couple of minutes about if you've been using the app for anyone or any event prior to 1900. When you input anything in the app, you're going to see the red lining. Go ahead, click enter. Click enter twice. It's going to connect. You're just going to see that because it's 146 years ago. And I'm not really sure we'll talk to Nice about how many years back the app goes. But this is 146 years ago. And it's going to show up in red, and don't worry about it. It still works. The chart works. The information is good. And the chart we're going to work on today for a little bit is Alfred Vitte. Okay? All right. So there's been a mystery involving Alfred Vitte and the alleged suicide. And I have asserted that he did not commit suicide, but that he was murdered. And I think that the new app and the way that Nice has put it together has made it easier to prove that. So this is Alfred's chart, and we're going to just go through a couple of things. And because the question is whether or not it was suicide or murder, we're going to go there. They gave the suicide, and they never showed you the triple pattern or anything. It was just here's Alfred's chart, and he committed suicide because he was worried about not collecting what was it, his pension. What a ridiculous story. Anyway, so according to rules, if you're looking for murder or in danger of being murdered, which we believe Alfred was, there are four options. Okay, and oddly enough, I didn't even bring up my Foxit, which we're going to want to show at some point in this. So let me just open that up right now. But this is Foxit. For anybody who's not using it, this is why I use it. I get the search bar over on the side. It brings up any of the documents that I have, and then it'll give me every place that it's mentioned. So I'm showing you the search for murder or of being murdered, and there you can see them 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see 1, 2, 3, 4. Being murdered, being murdered. The first one is Mars Hades. Exhausting work, evil deed, fatigue. All of you can read this. So this is a man in Nazi Germany. He's a registered Nazi, probably just trying to eat during war. I think a lot of people are going to be introduced to that concept sooner than they want. And then we have our next slide, which is, does Alfred have Mars Hades in a chart that day in a triple pattern? He does. But if astrology is true, there should be, I mean, the man was murdered. He died that day. What else we got? According to rules for planetary pictures. My favorite. It's two of the celestial bodies involved in the formula that spell out Uranian astrology. So it's Uranus Hades. So we have Uranus Hades here. And this again, he's in danger of being murdered if it goes to the meridian. And in his case, it does. This is what's interesting. I believe it falls on his Jupiter that day, too. And I'd like to think it would have been quick because he died by hanging. And that can't be a pleasant way to go. You're all right. So I'm sorry. So this is the Uranus Hades in his chart. And you can see this by the marker, which is the sacred geometry that NICE has incorporated into the app is the triple pattern. That's what sacred geometry is. It's the repetition of nature. So all of this is that as above, Uranus Hades and Mars Hades were very much in agreement with murder in Alfred Vitte's chart that day. That's two. I don't know how many of you have two murder aspects in one day, but I don't think that's good for you. And there's a third one. Uranus and Mitos. By the way, Mars Hades has two of them in the Mars Hades, but again, Uranus and Mitos. Now, let's see what else is going on in his chart. Yeah, that too. And I don't know if any of you are thinking while I'm showing you these patterns, but so this would be the hour. And if we look at his chart, it's pretty well spelled out what this is about. This is about the astrology. I don't know what happened, what they argued about, but this man was murdered. And I've said that it would have been people that knew him or were close to him. So, unlike Western astrology, the node doesn't represent karma, it represents connections and relationships, contacts. This is who you're bonded to. It's one half of the soulmate formula, which makes a lot more sense than karma. So this is how Uranian astrology views that, and not to disappoint, the node was in triple pattern that day. So Raj, when you asked for a prediction, I can put one together and I will, but I need some people to help us with this sound issue because we do have to get nice in here. It's important that you're able to hear both of us, not just me and my rants. So this is what we know. Based on the new graph inside the app for the triple patterns and the markers, you can look at all the triple patterns that day. So this is the day this guy dies. These are all the triple patterns. These are all the triple patterns on the red arrow. The red arrow is set to homicide. If we break these down, we're going to find out that this man died, that he intuitively knew he was going to be murdered, and that this was all about Uranian astrology and creating the lie and the deception that was been perpetrated for the last 100+ years. And I think we've made a solid case for that with a lot of important data that was never uncovered before. Or better yet, not that it wasn't uncovered, it was not revealed. People knew it. They just didn't tell you the truth. They didn't tell me the truth. They didn't tell anybody the truth. They were covering up a murder. And interestingly enough, the solution and the health issue that came to me because of Uranian astrology via Katya involves the working on and part of the revelation of and part of the unfolding of one of the four last trans Neptunes that Vitte had not published in his last book while he was alive. This was not published. The last four trans Neptunes were worked through by the people who took, I believe, possession of his copyright and his work. So it's unfortunate that we can't hear nice right now. want to work on that. But this is if you show people how the past and events in the past can be revealed, this lays the groundwork on how to do a prediction. But none of you are going to be able to do that if you don't learn your own chart. Everybody's jumping outside of their own chart. And I can say this about Nice. He demonstrated the appropriate narcissistic tendencies during learning Uranian astrology, which was stick to yourself. It's all about you. Nobody else matters. While you are learning Uranian astrology, you have full permission to be a complete narcissist. There isn't a single person, event, or thing that matters more than you. That's how you're going to learn Uranian astrology because no one can testify to the events, the planets, the half sums, or the triple patterns more than you. You're all jumping outside and you're going above and beyond really your pay grade and your skill set. Stick to yourselves. You spend a year unfolding and proving every event in your chart, you're going to come back with that, oh my God. And you will see your own life and the events in your life unfold, and things will be revealed to you in a way that you didn't see or you weren't able to understand while you were having the experience. Okay. Do we have any questions from people that are here on YouTube? Because we're going to make this real short and jump uh, into our server where we can speak to each other without the sound issues. And we'll try to resolve the sound issues between now and our next show. Oh, Becky, you changed your name? Becca. I know who Yves Calderon is. How are you? It's been a long time since we've spoken. I'm so happy to see you watching the shows. Yeah, Raji, about pre-recording it, then it doesn't give Nice and I the opportunity to really talk to each other. That's part of the really important thing is that Nice, who has developed and learned the astrology, can begin to take over because he's the next master Uranian astrologer. He's it, guys. Like I'm trying to phase myself out and move him in. He's our developer. He's our brilliant genius who put this together, and our kind soul who agreed with me, which was let's just give it to everybody. Let's put the work in and give it to everybody and prove the astrology. He is, isn't he? We can't say enough about him. Yeah. Me and his mom are going to have to fight for real. I'm going to have to wrestle him away from her. No, I wouldn't do that. He's that's nice. What's not to love about him? Okay. So Nice is back home. We're going to start doing the shows again. We're going to juggle them around. We're honored. We're honored. We're very honored. Yeah. Like we have been blessed and graced with a brilliant person who not only shared my vision, but rolled his sleeves up and went to work and helped create it. No, Greg, not always at midnight Eastern. This is what's going to happen. We are at Nice's mercy now. Whenever Nice is available for a live stream, you'll see a live stream. Yeah, it has been a long time. You know, I have a feeling we're all going to be finding and meeting with each other in foreign countries. All right, so listen, we're all going to hop into the server. We're going to close this out. Excuse me, and hop into the server. If you're not a member of the server, you can join, but we're going to run you through. You really need to check with us and be patient. And we're going to run you through a test because we're really trying to protect everybody in the work. And it's important. Everything we've been able to produce by not being distracted by people who didn't have the work and what we were doing as their main focus. This has been a collective um, and joint operation and development because we were both dedicated to unfolding and proving and showing and demonstrating the work to everybody. And we want to thank all of our supporters and everybody who's been with us up until now. And we hope you stick with us because there's a lot more to come. And we have an election, a national election. We have a lot of things happening in the world, and there are a lot of great concerns. So, as to answer your question, Raji, yeah, there's some predictions we're going to be working on. The national election would be one of them. The next stock market crash would be another one, because the next one's going to be a doozy, like the real one, not the fake one, not the let's distract you from all of our bullshit, but the real one, where they wipe out another huge segment of wealth. That's another story. Anyway, if you're not a member of Discord, come and join us on Discord. I believe somewhere there's a link there. And we're going to meet in the classroom. We're going to talk for a little bit, but we're going to wrap this up. And in between now and our next show, I promise we're going to get the sound working. But you're going to be able to talk. If you're a member of the server, you're about to be able to talk to me in nice for a little bit. All right. And thank you all for showing up and being patient. And we hope to see you again soon. Yep. All right. We'll see you all in the server. Don't forget, by the way, like, share, comment, all that happy horse shit. All right, guys. Bye.